So here you have your reefer models. You have two models, two carrier models, and two Daikin models. Genset are all Thermo King gensets. They all operate the same way. Make sure that the power cable gets powered up and plugged into the generator. This is your reefer plug. To power up the generator, all we need to do is put the switch on. Generator will take a few minutes to start up. You will see it on the screen. Once the generator is powered up, your reefer will take 2 to 3 seconds to power up. This is your on-off switch for the reefer. Make sure the switch remains on. You can see a reading in your display. Your container is set at minus 18 degrees Celsius. Inside the container it's reading 22.9 degrees. To set the temperature colder or warmer, you gotta go press the arrow down key, and you would see it drop in temperature. When you get it to the desired temperature, just press enter. Your other model of reefer is a Daikin model. Genset is powered up the same way. Your on-off switch is here. To set the temperature, press set. You see this appear on your screen. And you go up or down at the desired temperature. And at the end you press enter. Please make sure these units run at least once a week, generator and reefer. If they are not used.
So, and then up there you mentioned there's a vent?
Yeah, up there behind the panels are your evaporator motors, which makes the airflow possible. So it's very important. If you can notice the lines, the red lines above, do not place cargo above this line. It's just that the air has no restriction and it flows nicely, and the unit will cool off more efficiently. And it's also important to make sure that back doors are always closed at all times, so it makes an airtight seal so that the cold air inside stays within and there's no humidity or exterior air that goes inside.
This is your basic reefer setup with the genset hooked on top. You do need to use a forklift to take off or install the genset itself. It's 4 bolts, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. So you need to have a forklift there to support it when you're taking the bolts off or when you're installing it. This is your plug-in for the compressor for the reefer into the genset to connect the two. It's very simple. It hooks one way and you have a tightening aperture on it to tighten it in. So it's very simple, and make sure it's locked in place. So it connects the 2 units, the compressor reefer unit and the genset itself. Here we have the genset off the unit. It's got 2 fuel gauges, so make sure you check them both, and 2 fuel fill-up nozzles. Make sure you fill up from both nozzles, as the tanks do share. This is the radiator, regular radiator cap. Push it and take it off. check your battery cables. Make sure they're tight and secure. They can be sprayed with battery terminal protector spray. This is the outside. You can use a flat screwdriver to open it. One screw to the left, one turn to the left, and it opens up very easily. And here we have the diesel generator genset. This is where you check your oil. This is the dipstick, and make sure you fill at this point. And check to make sure it's full, and fill it up if needed. Do not use this oil cap to fill the oil. Fill from the dipstick. Make sure your fan is tight. It should be hard to turn, and it shouldn't have any play in it back and forth either. If so, it needs to be tightened up. Check your hoses and belts. Check your mount. And this is your air filter. If that yellow part comes down to the red, it's dirty. It needs to be replaced. As long as there's space there, it's okay. And this is your control panel. You just turn it on. You have a green light that'll flash and will come solid when it's ready. If there's any problems, the alarm side will come on. And if the alarm comes on, it'll indicate what the issue is on the display screen. Now to check the display, push select, and then up and down arrows, and it'll give you the different readings. The most important one is the hour reading, engine hour reading, RHR, and that'll tell you the engine hours on it. Once it is running, just check to see if there's any excessive smoke. This here is your inline fuel filter. It takes a 17mm wrench. Should be secure and tight. Pull that off. You've got two washers, don't lose them. Inside you'll see your filter. Make sure it's not frozen or dirty. If so, clean it and put it back in. And when you install it, make sure it's good and tight, because there is pressure in there and it will leak if it's not tightly secured. This should be checked if you're having problems starting it. If you do run out of fuel and you need to prime the engine, this is your primer here. Unscrew it, it pops out, and then acts as a pump. Simply pump it until it gets hard and fuel starts to come out. That'll tell you that it's full of fuel and it's good to go. And then you just simply screw it back on like this.